Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, unless of course you're new here, in which case, hi, hello, my name is Ashley, and welcome to my random little corner of the internet. As you can tell from today's title, it is that time of the year again, and we are doing Autumn Equinox with Orilium Academy with Book Roast, with G over at Book Roast. This is the fourth year I'm doing Magical Readathon, third year that it's Orilium, and it's my second year going for the Moon Warden career path. I had started off as an alchemist, and but then it's got one of the most prompts for that one. And after I had my third child, that was just not going to happen anymore. So I did go to Moon Warden, which was my second choice in the beginning anyway. So I completed my semester in the beginning of the year, and so now this will be my, like I said, my second year, which means I think, if I remember correctly, that makes me an apprentice? Yes, because you start as a novice, and so this year will make me an apprentice once I complete this year. So, for Moon Warden this year, I have to get an O in Elemental Studies. I am reading off of my tablet here. You need an O in Elemental Studies, a Q in Astronomy, a Q in Restoration, and an O in Spells and Incantations. For that, like, if you, G talks a lot about it in her introduction videos, and I can link those videos down below, so if you want to participate as well. But, so you have an O, a Q, and a D for each grade, or each class, and so, like, if your class requires that you get a Q in that class, that means you have to read the O and the Q prompt. Same thing if the D, if it's O, Q, and D. If you just need the O, then you just need to read the wrong prompt, and I did get lucky on one of my classes for that. If you've already watched my wrap-up for August, you know that I only read 4 books in August, and so yeah, hopefully September I can get all of these done. I only have to read 6 books, plus possibly the book club for House of Crescent, because I am part of the guild that is House of the Crescent, and we do awesome. We've won multiple times as far as, like, how many pages we've read and things like that. So, and this, I think it was last semester, she started a book club where we all kind of submit books we want to read, and then she randomly picks 4 of them, and then we vote. And then this year, House of Crescent decided on Evocation. I haven't read it. Sounds very interesting, and so I might sneak it in. So yeah, we'll start with that. This is a maybe. This is if I have the time, I will squeeze this one in as the book club pick, but it does not hinder my actual career path on whether or not, I move on. So, we will go with, what do we have first? First was I have an O in Elemental Studies, which means I only need to read 1. And for the prompt for that one, O in Elemental Studies is your favorite, this one was interesting, your favorite scent in the title, cover, or author's name. When she gave the example on her video for when she was reading these prompts, she said hers was lavender. Lavender's a little easier. Mine, my favorite scent in the whole world is anything that's baked goods. All of my candles smell like apple pie, pumpkin pie, vanilla cookies, cupcakes, things like that. Those are what my candles smell like. And so I was like, well, I need to find something. I didn't know anything. I narrowed it down to 2 books. One I found on TikTok called The Witching Flower, and then one that I've seen all over Instagram, and it's already out, versus Witching Flower doesn't actually come out until the 13th. So I decided to go with The Fellowship of Bakers and Magic by J. Penner, and she marketed this as Ella Enchanted meets the Great British Bake Off. And that sounds delightful. The Witching Flower marketed itself as WandaVision meets the Great British Bake Off, and I was like, well, this is difficult, because I love both of those things. So, but I'm going to go with The Fellowship of Bakers and Magic by J. Penner for favorite scent in the title. It says, a human, a dwarf, and an elf walk into a bake-off. In the heart of Aidenshire, where elfish enchantments and dwarven delights rule, Arletta Starstone, a human confectionist, works twice as hard, perfecting her unique blend of baking and apothecary herbs. So when an orc neighbor secretly enters her creations in the prestigious elven baking battle, Arletta faces a dilemma. Being magicless, her participation in the competition could draw more scowls than smiles, and if Arletta wants to prove her talent and establish her culinary reputation, this human will need more than just her pastry craft to sweeten the odds. While competing, she'll set off on a journey of mouth-watering pastries, self-discovery, heartwarming friendships, and romance, while questioning whether winning the baking battle is a true prize. So it's just a sweet little cozy fun time, and hopefully it's going to be fantastic, and I will get my O for elemental studies. Next up was I need a Q in astronomy, so which means I will need to read the O prompt and the Q prompt. And for astronomy, that is, the O prompt is, O is for constellation Cradle, and it says a book released on your birth month. The year does not matter, the date does not matter, just the birth month. I had narrowed it down to 2. I have a handful. My birthday's in October, so I narrowed it down to 2. And I put it on my Instagram and let them vote. It was between the Scarlet Alchemist, I think is what it's called, and The Starling House by Alex C. Harrow, and this one won by a landslide. Everyone thought it was really sweet and fun. I don't know. Is it spooky? I honestly don't remember. It did come out in October of last year. So I don't know. It says, I dream sometimes about a house I've never seen. Opal is a lot of things. Orphan, a high school dropout, full-time cynic, and part-time cashier. But above all, she's determined to find a better life for her younger brother Jasper. One that gets them out of Eden, Kentucky, a town remarkable for only 2 things, bad luck and East Starling, the reclusive 19th century author of The Underland, who disappeared over 100 years ago. All she left behind were dark rumors and her home. Everyone agrees that it's best to ignore the uncanny mansion and its misanthropic heir, Arthur. Almost everyone, anyway. I should be scared, but in the dream I don't hesitate. Opal has been obsessed with the Underland since she was a child. When she gets the chance to step into Starling House and make some extra cash for her brother's escape fund, she can't resist. But sinister forces are digging deeper into the buried secrets of Starling House, and Arthur's own nightmares have become far too real. As Eden itself seems to be drowning in its own ghosts, Opal realizes that she might finally have found a reason to stick around. In my dream, I'm home, and now she'll have to fight. And then it says, welcome to Starling House, enter if you dare. I honestly, had never read I don't remember why I grabbed this one. I think it was the cover. It is a book of the month pick, and I did pick this last October. I fully believe it was because of the cover. And so, is it a thriller? Am I going to get creeped out? I don't know. But it's fun. It's a great way to kick off fall. Spooky season. Sounds great. And the cover is really pretty. And I just realized there's kind of a night sky back here. But that's okay. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, so next and I think it is this next one. The next one for astronomy is, next one for astronomy is Q, constellation, Castle. Castle on the cover. This is another one where I had 2 separate books that I put up for poll, and this one won. The other option was, what is it called? Hunting Prince Dracula. Because technically Dracula lives in a castle, so the building on the front of that book is a castle. However, Kingdom Keepers by Ridley Pearson won out. We got Cinderella's Castle right here. It says, in this fantastical thriller, 5 young teens, tapped as models for theme park guides, find themselves pitted against Disney villains and witches who threaten both the future of Walt Disney World and the stability of the world outside its walls. Using a cutting-edge technology called DHI, which stands for both Disney Host Interactive and Daylight Hologram Imaging, Finn Whitman, an Orlando teen, and 4 other kids are transformed into hologram projections that guide guests through the park. However, the new technology turns out to have unexpected effects that are both thrilling and scary. Soon, Finn finds himself transported in his DHI form into the Magic Kingdom at night. Is it real? Is he dreaming? Finn's confusion only increases when he encounters Wayne, an elderly Imagineer who tells him that the park is in grave danger. Led by the scheming witch Maleficent, a mysterious group of characters called the Overtakers is plotting to destroy Disney's beloved realm, and maybe more. So yeah, so this gripping high-tech tale will thrill every kid who's ever dreamed of sneaking into Walt Disney World after hours and wonder what happens at night when the park is closed. So this is a whole series, and I've heard really good things about it, and so I think it'll be a whole lot of fun. It is, the formatting is huge margins, big font. I don't think it'll take me very long to read, so that's a good one. But I'm excited. This sounds really, really cute. So, Castle on the cover, Kingdom Keepers by Ridley Pearson. Alrighty. So that's going to get me for astronomy. My astronomy credit is done. Next one is Q for restoration. Again, Q means I will have to read both O and Q. So, restoration. The first one is O, night dew. Like nighttime. Dew, as in like the morning water. Yeah. Synonyms. Homophones? Homophones. So that one is Night Sky on the cover. That's when I was saying that possibly if I don't get to this one, Starling House could count for both. So I might, but just in case. This was a hard one. I didn't really have a whole lot of books that had the Night Sky on it. I'm trying to read the books I own. I do have Dante and Aristotle Discover the Secrets of the Universe, and I know that everyone loves that one, but I cannot get into it. I could try it on audio because Lin-Manuel Miranda does the audio, and that could be fun. And then there's another book that I have called The Possibility of Somewhere. No idea what that one's about. I bought it at Dollar Tree. However, I did get this one, and I am excited to read this one. And it's The Girl with No Reflection. It came out of my fairy loot this month. We've got the moon. We've got the stars. That's the night sky. She has a chunker, so it is intimidating to get to, but she sounds like so much fun. So I am excited to read this at some point, and I kind of hope that I get to it in September. But that is what it is. I'll read this synopsis like I did everything else. Princess Ying Yue believed in love once. Yet, when she's chosen to wed the prince, Ying's dreams of a fairy tale marriage fall apart. Her husband-to-be is cold and indifferent, confining Ying to her room for reasons he won't explain, and whispers swirl about 7 other brides who mysteriously disappeared after their own weddings. Left alone with only her reflection for company, Ying begins to see strange things in her mirror, and on the eve of her wedding, she unwittingly tears open a gateway and is pulled into another world. The realm is full of sentient reflections, including the enigmatic Mirror Prince. He is kind and compassionate, unlike his real world counterpart, and before long, Ying falls in love. But soon she discovers that the two worlds have a blood-soaked history, and Ying has a part to play in both. And the brides who came before her, by the time they discovered their roles, it was already too late. So yeah, that sounds really awesome. So, hopefully we'll get to that. And then for Q, dangerous plants on the cover, or dangerous plants, poisonous plants on the cover or in the title. As soon as I wasn't even done watching the prompts video, I knew exactly what book I was going to read. So excited. So excited for this one. I loved Belladonna. I love Foxglove. Absolute favorite books. So our third one's Wisteria. I had to actually Google and make sure Wisteria was poisonous because I couldn't remember. But I'm like, Belladonna and Foxglove are, why would Wisteria not be? So here we go. I don't want to read the synopsis because it is the third in a series, but this one will follow Blythe as opposed to Cigna, who we followed in the first two. Blythe is Cigna's cousin, and in the end of the second book, we know that she does some big sacrifice type situation. But yeah, I'm super excited for this one. This is supposed to be the last one in the series. It's going to be a nice little wrap up. We got some foil that's catching the light. I love it. Yeah, so this is going to be for Poisonous Plants on the cover, and I'm very excited. And then I have one more for my final class is an O in spells and incantations, which means I only have to read one book, and that is going to be Spells and Incantations. For O is Charm, Dancing Stars. It's just a 5-star prediction. And I'm going to be reading Celestial Monsters by Aiden Thomas. I am so excited for this book. Originally, I was going to put something else on here because I could have sworn this came out at the end of September, which I probably wouldn't have gotten to. However, it comes out on Tuesday. That might have been before this post. This might go up on Friday. I haven't decided. So, but I am so excited. Again, I'm not going to read the synopsis because this is you got to read the first one first. But we follow demigods based on Mexican mythology, but there's like a Hunger Games situation at the end of the first book. Some shit goes down, and now we gotta fix it. And I am so excited. So excited. I've been waiting for this one. I think the only thing that I am more excited for this year is for Heavenly Tyrant at the end of the year. And that's it. That's Christmas. And I am so excited for that. Even more so. But like, I am so excited for this book. This is my second most anticipated. I don't know. They're equally most anticipated. I'm so excited. So yes, this will be my final read, or final class. So, like I said, starting with So, like I said, starting with Elemental Studies, my favorite scent on the cover. I'm going to be reading A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic, which will be fun. I will probably do this on ebook. For Astronomy, a book that was released in my birth month, which is October. I'm going to be reading Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. Probably do this physically. Then for Castle on the Cover, I'm going to be doing Kingdom Keepers by Ridley Pearson. Probably going to also read this one physically. I tried to listen to the audiobook and it wasn't super vibing with the sound. I don't know. We'll see. For Restoration 4.0 is a book with the night sky on the cover. Ooh. The Girl with No Reflection. You can barely see that it says that. No, Girl with No Reflection. I haven't decided. I have the audiobook on hold at my library, which is surprisingly only like 2-day hold as opposed to a few months, given that it's a new release. So I might go audio, might go physical. Physical scares me. We'll see how about the ebook. Maybe. We'll see. But yes. Girl with No Reflection by Kishi Chow. Then for Poisonous Plants on the cover, Wisteria by Adeline Grace. I'm going to physically read this. I don't know, something about it just pulls me into the pages. I enjoy physically reading this series. So there we go for that one. And then for a 5-star prediction for Spells and Incantations, I'm going to be doing Celestial Monsters by Aidan Thomas. I'm so excited. Probably going to be a physical read as well. And then if I have time, I will be reading Evocation as the House of the Crescent for book club. We'll see what happens. But yes, that is going to be my TBR for September. It's not crazy. That's 6 books, maybe 7. No, that's 5 books, maybe 7. Yes, 5 books, maybe 7 if I read Evocation. I feel like I'm losing my mind. No. That's 6 books, maybe 7, including Evocation. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Are you participating in a readathon this month? What are you reading this month? What is your most anticipated read this month? Whatever you want to put in the comments, really. If you don't want to say anything and you just want to put an emoji so that I know that you were here the whole time, we can put a book stack emoji. That sounds like a good emoji to put there. But if you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button as well as the big red subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're always notified every time that I upload. And until next time,